We have a problem. We're in the middle of nowhere between Berkeley Homestead and Mount Isa. A leg of 260 kilometers with nothing in between, and I'm losing pressure at the front wheel. I started with 2.1 in the morning, it went up to 2.3 bar, and now we are at 1.8. Something is not right, we need to check it. So first of all, I was doing visibility check for some damage, but the pressure went down very quickly. So I put back air inside. Now I checked again, I can't see any damage at the outlet, which is a little bit weird. So next what I'm going to check is the ventile, if there's some air coming out. That seems to be okay. So with the pressure checker, the air was kind of down to 1.8 bar again within 5 minutes. So that doesn't really hold the air. I don't think there's air coming out of the ventile, which tells me that this is not a good situation. All right, I double checked the outer surface. I don't see any hole. I don't hear anything. I don't know. I left the sensor off for some time. The air is still going out. So I think there's nothing left but taking the wheel off and see what's going on with the tube inside. But actually I have to see the toilet, right? For big business. I solved problem number 1 in the bush. And now it's up to take care of the tire. I'm just happy I have this measurement thing, because if I wouldn't have it, I wouldn't have kind of realized that air is going out, right? So in order to lift her, I have to take all the luggage off to put her in the center stand. But still the motorbike is standing on the front wheel. So I probably need to put some bags on the knees to keep her up. Before I do anything, I check for the tube first. Okay, I have a 21-inch tube with me. All right, I got her up on the center stand. The luggage is off. I will put it back on. So the weight is more in the rear, and the front tire is gonna not be that heavy. And then I just try to get the bag underneath. Okay, she's flying. Almost. It's like 10, 15 kilograms at the front. I need to put a little bit more underneath, and then I think should be good. Almost. Okay, I didn't get her up, so I had to put things even further back. The grocery bag, like the kitchen, is hanging at the very back now. The water also. Yeah, now she's up. Yeah, I think I'm here already for 45 minutes, an hour. And now the work can actually start. I just realized I need to take the tools out from the very back, and she will go down again. Doesn't move. All right, wheel is off. Now the hard part starts. So thanks God, the tire seems not to be kind of fixed too much to the rim. So I try to get inside now. Hey folks, I'm just like trying to get the tire off the rim, and then Kate and Mark are coming by.
Hey.
Very friendly Australian people. Hey there.
There you go.
Good, thank you.
Cool.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
They're bringing me some more water. I have 3 liters, which is the minimum I carry. But obviously, it's a little bit of wind today, keeping me cool and not too much. And also, they're very kind, bringing me some mandarins and some cereal bars. So very happy about that. I think we're gonna get through. And I just want to say, like, wherever you go, guys, friendly and helpful people are on this planet. Thank you.
That's right. You'll get through it.
All right, guys. The problem is here. The air is coming out. There's a small hole inside. But I don't know why is it kind of broken here? What the heck? What kind of tube did they put in there? This position is certainly not the same as I had the hole last time, because the hole last time was inside. I think I put the hole inside myself with the lever. But this seems to be like there was some friction on the tire. So I need to check if there's something inside the tire, I guess. Okay, I marked the 2 positions in relation to the valve hole. Let's see inside. Are you kidding me? What is this? Was this a sticker, and the glue of the sticker just dissolved the tube? So the sticker position inside and the form it has is the same form as on the tube. And just at the edge of the tube, there's the hole. Can this be true? So I carried a tiny little bit of alcohol. I wanted to kind of refill this for ages, but I need to go to the pharmacy and get some isopropanol, because so handy. I cleaned now this position where the sticker was inside to not have the same problem again. All right, for fixing an old tube or putting in the new tube, which is not lubricated at all. I think I go for the new tube, because if I mess it up, I can still fix the other one. Shout out to my cousin Carl, who is an engineer. He recommended me to take some of this lubrication that you use to kind of lubricate pipes that take grey water out of houses, and you put the pipes together, kind of soak it into this lubrication stuff. I have something of this, and I will use it to put the tire back on the rim. Because there's that cream, and I just like put it now around the rubber and also inside of the rim. Brothers and sisters of this adventure thing, I got it on. Some more scratches on the rim, but who cares? Look where I am. Here's nothing. Nothing. And I'm so happy it's just the front wheel, I can tell you. Thanks God it's just the front wheel. We're pumping it up. I just hope the air holds and I didn't destroy the tube again as last time. I was more careful this time. Thanks God my hands are not dirty. I put 2.9 bar in now, but the tire doesn't really want to go out here. So I'm not sure what to do now. I think I'm just gonna ride. 10 minutes later, the tire is still at 2.7. I think we're good putting it back on. I took the opportunity to clean the bearings. What shall you do? You have to wait, right? All right, brothers and sisters of the overland adventure. She's back and I'm enjoying some treatment now of the kind. People gave me some mandarins and cereal sticks. And then we had the road. I think we're not gonna make it to the place I wanted to go tonight because it's just too far. We need to kind of replan. But first I need to hit the road, get a little bit cool down. It's hot, but not too hot. Oh dear Camille, all the shit we're going through. 3 hours and 10 minutes it took me. Well done. Not the fastest performance, but I did it thoroughly, and I just hope that the air stays in now. And guys from Yamaha in Darwin. Why? Why did they have to go through that? You fixed the tire. You fixed it. I just rode it with the correct pressure all the time. And now I'm standing here for 3 hours because you fucked it up. I mean, your service was kind. I loved it. Everything's cool and everything's wonderful, but why do I go to you, right? Doesn't make sense. Love it. Welcome to Queensland that just watches ahead by 5 years and 30 minutes. There's really good confidence, guys. Back to the future.
Time to find out where we are. After breaking down before the border to Queensland, we will now ride into the mining city Mount Isa and via Uhendon into Townsville, where we will see the sea again.
Good morning, folks. The air is still in. The tire didn't come out, so I need to see if I can replop it somewhere with air blast or something. From the charging of the air compressor yesterday, my power bank broke. I tried to reset with several different kind of ways that I found on the internet. It didn't work, so I need to invest another $30 in a new battery, also due to the tire change yesterday. Yeah, the tire just doesn't want to jump on the rim, and we kind of tried it again now. Put some dishwasher soap into it. Look at this, this is completely inside. It's gonna be running like an egg. Here's okay, just in here at the bottom. It's not really going in. So we used dishwasher soap, kind of lubricated, and obviously the dishwasher soap went onto the brake discs and I had to clean them. So it's going to be 193 kilometers to Mount Isa. To my friends from Yamaha and Darwin, just to give you perspective, this was another hour of work. It was 4 hours of work, one broken power bank, because you were too lazy to dismount the sticker and clean it with alcohol in like 20 seconds. See the relationship, yeah? Welcome to Mount Isa on a Sunday. All the shops are closed, I can't get grocery, but the people are still allowed to destroy the environment. Congratulations. So it's not a mining city. And obviously, the children are pretty active stealing cars here. Wanna have some fun? Alright folks, we're at Bike and Rider in Mount Isa now. And the guys were kind helping me popping the tire back on the rim. Just have to wait for half an hour. They said they had other bikes to do first, but that's perfectly cool. Very happy they helped me. And they also said like I can come over and watch while they're doing it, which is also very good because, you know my experience is right. Alright folks, the tire seems to be running like a circle again, which is nice. People were friendly in here, good experience. They had to put in, we did it with chain lubrication in the end because it just didn't want to pop. And we had to go up to 80 PSI to really have it come out, so I don't know what's wrong with that. 80 psi is like 5.5 bar. I think I need to give it a thorough clean next time and really use some, I'll probably take some talcum also with me in the future and some more soap, because this is not really the way it should be. It's cleaned now a little bit on the tire round. Obviously it has to be cleaned because of the chain lubrication. Yeah, and by the way, they didn't touch me, so it's amazing. Just very friendly people. I put some money into the donation box for charity. I think that's the least I can do here. Thanks guys for your help. And now we're ready to get a new power bank and then hit the road. So if you're not from Australia, Harvey Norman, what is the shop for? Yeah, I also had no idea. You need to find out about all these things. Harvey Norman is like the electronics store. And they got a new power bank. Now 100 Australian bucks, $60. It's really expensive. Really expensive. Yeah, and I only had to buy it because it broke down outside when I did the tire change, right? And actually, by the way, the time consumption for you guys in Cairns, it's 5.5 hours now that I had to invest because you guys were too lazy. Consider this. Well, it's actually a nice scenery to make some dinner tonight. It was a long day on the road after all the hassles with the tire. Tomorrow we're gonna have a long day on the road again. Good morning, folks. Last night I had a conversation with my friend ChatGTP about what has happened to the tire, and she was not very happy about it. First putting dishwasher liquid onto the natural rubber is still okay, but not the best thing, obviously. But putting chain lubrication onto a natural rubber is of high risk that the rubber is going mad. So I had a longer conversation in different ChatGTP chats to just find out how long is the kind of natural rubber, which is a cheap rubber, the cheap tube. How long is it going to last with the Motul M4 on it? And although obviously chain lubrication today is made for O-rings, we're not talking about the rubber that is used in O-rings. This is a natural rubber tube. And a natural rubber is very, very sensitive to all kind of implications from outside. There's no talcum inside as well, so there's a high risk. But I was thinking about it, what I could do, and I mean, like, I could take the whole wheel off, clean it here again, and try to fit it again, which is a big patch of work. There's no motorbike shop here, right? So I do it all on the road again. I need to find brake disc cleaner or alcohol or isopropanol to get it all cleaned. Would be a big thing. But I was thinking, like, I need to get a different tube in there anyway. So the other tube has a hole already. And I think I'm gonna just head to Cairns as fast as possible, day-wise. Not going too fast on the highways. Monitoring the air pressure. Because in the end, what ChatGTP kind of said several times is 1 to 2 weeks. The tire should be fine in those conditions here and everything. And the amount of loop that might went onto it. I'm heading towards Cairns, and I hope I'm gonna be there in 2 days and then fix it. Further, there are two options with regards to the route to take. There's the A6, I think it's called. It's more like the old highway, which comes out very south of Cairns, and then you have to go up on the coastline. And there's a road that goes pretty much more like straight towards Cairns, more through the countryside. This road has only been finally bitumened in February 25, so it's rather new. And I hope there's not going to be too much traffic. I'm just thinking about it. In case of a breakdown and I don't make it to a bay, to kind of stay where would I do the kind of the tire change, tube change. And I think that the new road might not have that much traffic. And that's why I'm going to take the new route. Also because it's maybe a little bit shorter. It's to Hugenden, I don't know how to pronounce that. The tire pressure was fine. I checked it every 30 minutes and we're at 2.5 still, so that's all cool. We're gonna fuel up because the next leg will be rather long. So for the rest of the day we have like more than 500 kilometers to go, pretty much that's the plan at least. Then it would be another 200 I think to Cairns, so it's quite a way. But yeah, there's nothing much happening here in this village. This is the best fuel station they have. They have Premium 95, which is good. I'm gonna take that because it just runs much smoother. Going into the information center to check for road conditions for the shorter route. Okay, like good, I checked it. ChatGPT last night said like it has been bitumened in February 25, but it's obviously wrong. The 10K of off-road gravel, 2 creek crossings, not very deep, just 2 centimeters. But there's a pothole you don't see, she said. So, I mean, like, I would be in adventure mode at the moment. I probably would do it, but I'm only in mode like being safe, right? So I'm probably gonna skip that opportunity and maybe go to Townsville. But let me show you on the map. So I'm here in New Hendon, right? And I wanted to ride up this road to the national park. There's 10K of not bitumen. And then all the way up to Kearns on this road. I have planned all these areas, what I wanted to see and everything. However, with a broken tire, I don't feel very good like going here. So the better way would be to also get the tire changed. Not the tire, but the tube going to Townsville, right? So I'm just have the guy on the hold line. Make an appointment with them, but then I'm here, right? And Kearns is up there, right? And going up and down is like 700K just to kind of go there, right? And this is now the thing that makes me angry, because this would have not been needed, right? And I'm thinking of skipping Kearns now because of some people are too lazy to take a sticker out. It's ridiculous. I hate that. This is just ridiculous. It doesn't make sense to go up to the gravel road with a broken tube, right? Or a tube full of lubrication. I mean, like, I don't know if it's full of lubrication, I have to confess. I don't know. But the guy also didn't tell me, like, oh, I didn't put lubrication on your tube, right? I was very careful. He didn't tell me, right? And I don't have a good feeling, right? I don't know if there's lubrication on. I have to think there is lubrication on the tube. And that means, like, the tube is going to get mad. It is going to get mad and it will break sooner or later. And I'm gonna be safe. I go to Townsville. Not sure if you realized, but I really checked. Clouds are so beautiful. I haven't seen clouds in months. No clouds, they're back again. Very good. You know, the good thing about going to Townsville is, I have to see the positive things. There is an Aldi, and I'm gonna go to Aldi shopping. Yeah, we are in Townsville and I have to rest now. It was extremely exhausting. It was raining a little bit and it's just like watching the pressure all the time, and the pressure is good. No worries. I'm gonna do laundry now, cook something, and then I have to do research. We do some research as well for the future. If we're going up to Kearns or not, let's do the timetable research. Hey guys, I'm painting down the route that I've been driven. And I must say, this country is so ridiculously vast, so huge. It's incredible. I've been riding almost 20,000 kilometers now. And we are now here in Townsville. If you look at the comparison, like, this is the size of Australia. It's as big as Europe. It's crazy. Oh, the rain has accelerated and she's standing in the rain here, waiting for the wheel. All right, folks, tires back, tube is out. I'm just checking if there is some sticky stuff on it, and I think there are some positions where it is a little bit sticky, so I think there was lubrication going on. So it's good we did this. Wheel is on again. Everything is tightened with my Newton meter measurement devices. And you can see these screws, they go mad slowly. You see the red indicators and it's turning over. This is just like, it's a weak point at this motorbike, I think. I'm wondering how much more often I can open and close it. So I put some anti-seize paste inside. Talked to ChatGPT, she said it's okay even if it's a little bit like moisture inside. I'm not sure if that was the right thing. What do you guys think?
Alrighty, we had Alex in here at Team Moto Townsville today, fixed him up with a new tyre, new rubber for his bike, and got him back on the road. Freedom here in Townsville means doing whatever you want on the weekend, being able to go fishing, go to the pub, just have a good time at the beach with your mates, and that's what we're all about.
Right, in the end, the experience was good at the Moto guys. And they didn't charge for the service, which is so amazing. I really appreciate that. That helps with my budget. And yeah, now it's time to get some stuff to get the tent kind of clean and lubricated again. Silicone spray, and the last time I did a silicone spray was like crap. It didn't really help. So I got a new one now. I need to take care of the sips. The sips don't run anymore. I destroy all the sips every time I open and close them because they're full of sand. Need to clean them and also lubricate them. I got some wax now. I'm not sure if wax is the right thing. That's what they say. Wax should be okay. Let's try that. And now I'm missing some additional stuff, which is, I need to clean the jacket, obviously. This is full of dirt. I have the soap, but I need to kind of also protect it waterproof. And this is Gore-Tex, so I need some special stuff for that. So I went to the pharmacy first, because in German pharmacy you go, it's like, I want to have some alcohol for cleaning or some isopropanol. Can you fill it in the bottle? Yeah, no problem, they do it. They give you 100% ISO and everything, 100% no problem. But here, you can only get for children cleaning 64% alcohol, isocol they call it. It's at least a small bottle, which I really appreciate. $5. Price is okay. I hope it's enough for cleaning the things I'm gonna clean. So as the jacket is full of sand, I will clean it with some special kind of jacket cleaning soap in the washing machine. And then I will kind of soak it in with this Granger's Performance Repeal Plus. So the water is repealing off. I hope it's gonna work. Last time it didn't do so well. But I think last time was actually because there was so much sand in it going again, and just like the friction of the sand destroys everything. And as we're in the wet weather, we need to get adopted, I think. That's kind of a massive Aldi in here. Let's do some German shopping. Crazy. Aldi time. All right, shopped a bunch of groceries and nuts and olive oil. $100. But I think I got a bit of stuff. So this Aldi here isn't a big shopping center. Oh, it's raining again a bit. No, it's not. Didn't like the car park here so much because I couldn't park in front of the entrance, which is what I always prefer. But we have to park at the end here, where they put the motorcycle parking spots. Heading back to the campsite now, packing up all the stuff. I'm gonna stay another night there. Hopefully my laundry is gonna get dry in this 100% air humidity place here. It's a little bit difficult. Yeah, bringing home the groceries. The Motor is doing his job, I guess. Here, nicely packed. Won't fall off, I hope, at 100 on the highway. It's 12:30 and I haven't had breakfast. I'm really hungry. And then I don't know what we're gonna do. I have no idea. I think just like make them up our mind which direction we're gonna travel next. Oh, the key's missing. Let's get the key out of here. We're actually hitting the motorway! Motorway in Australia! Have we done this before? I don't remember. Some time ago. Look at the scenery. It looks like we're in Malaysia. So breakfast today, broccoli. We're gonna add some additional mushrooms into it. We're gonna put some lamb chops onto the grill. And I think just gonna add some tomato into the vegetable department. And then olive oil. I'm taking care of my tent stuff, and I must say that this stuff here is so much better because it soaks into the material, it dries out, and it keeps a protective layer on it. Like, it looks a little bit weird at the moment, but I tried it in one position. Actually, I tried it here, you see, and it's already repellent for the material itself. Crazy stuff, hey. Look, it looks like it's been destroyed. I hope it's gonna look better afterwards. I'm trustful. So just rode through Townhill. It's a nice city, but I don't like the area here. It's just too humid, it's too hot. It's worse than Malaysia, or similar as Malaysia. I cannot concentrate. I don't like it. It's not good. Everything was wet in the morning because of the rain. Tent is wet, pants are wet, clothes is wet, everything is wet. Because it was raining, although the weather forecast, like I'm paying for a very good weather forecast, shouldn't say it's not raining. All the tent that I kind of protected with waterproof, everything is not really dried out. It's still sticky and glue, so I don't know if the tent's gonna hold. It's just like, it sucks, right? This motorbike riding here, this sucks. It's just like, everybody is in their camper vans, have their air conditioning. Everybody can just stop and research while they have their air conditioning on. I'm just sweating here. It's just sweating. I have no idea where to go because all my planning is fucked up. I just go south now. I skip currents. Goodbye. Not gonna do it. It's just too hot. Let's see if we can get into colder areas. I mean, like, last night it was 96% of of humidity. I surely survived that, right? In a tent. Alright guys, so I'm just looking for a campsite with some shade to kind of settle down, relax a little bit, dry all my stuff. I'm coming to this Olympic home hill campsite here. I don't know It was good reviews, not so expensive, but all unpowered sites are full in the sun. I cannot stay there. I mean, like, how shall I research all of this to come to a place that is appropriate, that is acceptable, just acceptable, right? So now I'm standing here somewhere in the shade, opening my internet again, opening my phone and doing another research, looking where to go next. It's just exhausting. It is just, I just want to relax. It's just exhausting. It's so terrible. So we are at Mount Inkerman in the Burdekin Shire. Time for a little highlight. Look out. On the right side there's the ocean, Pacific. And over there is the Great Dividing Range. The Great Dividing Range goes all the way from top end at the Cape down to Tasmania. That's why it is raining here so much. It takes all the rain. And here they produce sugarcane. It's obviously one of the most productive sugarcane areas in the world. So sugarcane production as wide as your eye can see. We found a place to stay next to the road behind a pub. We are under a mango tree. And I tell you, it's so hot here. It's like a week ago I couldn't survive during night because it was so fucking cold in Alice Springs, and now I don't know how to survive because I lose so much water. My body's not used to kind of these big changes. It's just too much. I'm setting up the tent now, so I give it an opportunity to dry. Take off my winter clothing here first, and then I'm gonna have some beers tonight. All right, folks, ants seem to love these MSR tents. They bit a lot of holes in here, which I fixed now with tier 8, like several places, like at least like 8 to 9. And I'm using tier 8, and I can't read it, tier 8 patches type A. Before I applied the tier 8, I cleaned the tent with a little bit soap and then washed it up with water, and then isopropanol, the crocodile one. I just took a shower, and as always I was busy all afternoon with repairing the tent, organizing things, organizing stuff. I mean, it has been some time I organized something, and as I'm now here out of the sand, right, I need to clean it and make it rainproof because there's gonna be more rain on the horizon, and I just want to be quicker then and protected by the water. One of the rare moments I'm eating out some fish and chips tonight with some salad. I'm really gonna enjoy it, especially because I had no food yet.